the Hall of Fame, here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as always. Coming to you from ESPN 975-925. And guys, as you notice, my voice is a little hoarse today. It's a little hoarse. Coming off a deadline as well as NXT on Tuesday, and then a couple more tapings for the holidays. Man, that's 4 tapings. My voice is whacked, man. I swear, man. I never. This is the first time I've ever experienced something like this. I've never experienced anything like this. I woke up yesterday. Actually, the day before yesterday, I woke up and I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk at all. And I was like, man, I'm drinking tea and everything, trying to get myself back on track. And nothing. And yesterday, of course, you know, I was still down. And right now, I'm still feeling the effects. Man, right now, it's a bunch of teas. But I'm feeling good. I feel good on the inside. More important than anything, I'm looking good for this coming Sunday night. Reality of Wrestling is going down, man. Christmas Chaos 18. Christmas Chaos. I'm just letting that resonate. Christmas Chaos 18. This is a company that's been in almost 20 years in its existence, man. Almost 20 years. Reality. You know what? We're a small little company, you know, down here in Tech City, Texas. But we work hard for our artists, man. We work hard for our artists. Speaking of one, let's kick it right off the bat, man. I want to congratulate my girl, Roxanne Perez, capturing the NXT Women's Champion. You know what I mean? What's so good? I mean, I can still hit the high notes. That's what's good about us right now. And what's cool about that, you know, Reality of Wrestling champion, ROH champion, first ever, and now NXT champion. Man, that's a hell of a lot of accolades, man, for someone so young. And I just want to give her a whole lot of credit for having her head on her shoulders and being able to go out there and represent OG. Reality of Wrestling style is such an awesome and amazing thing, man. And when she won, man, I wanted to give her that moment. I wanted to jump in the ring. To be honest, I said, man, I'm jumping in the ring tonight. You know what I mean? but I didn't do it. And then after we went off the air, I went, you know, gave her a hug and whatnot. And actually got picked up, you know, on social media. So it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool to see, you know, someone like my daughter make it so far so quickly. It's amazing.
It was great to watch and see. I mean, I thought when Roxanne came into NXT, she had champion written all over, especially coming off the run from Ring of Honor. I knew she was going to get her shot. I didn't know when, and I don't know if I expected this soon. And it's always great for me because anytime anybody from Reality Wrestling does anything, you almost feel like you did it too. You know what I mean? Like when Roxanne won the title, I was like, man, it's like I won the title. It's how great it felt. Like I felt that happiness for her. And I know everyone down here in the Reality Wrestling family, we're all just so proud of what she's been able to accomplish. And the thing is, those bus trips when she was, you know, 15 and 16 years old from Laredo to Houston, just to train and to learn. And here's the thing, and I'm sure you don't mind me saying this, is Book doesn't treat you any different, no matter who you are. Everyone gets the same treatment, right? Like you got to earn your stripes. And even when you get some notoriety, like you're still equally hard on anybody, right? And push them, especially when you see potential in somebody. Yeah. And I know you earmarked Roxanne. It's almost as soon as she had a few matches, you're like, man, she's real good. She's real good, real quick, right? Yeah. And to see where she is now, this is just the beginning. She's had all those accomplishments, Ring of Honor champion, NXT champion in the same year, but it's going to be even bigger in 23, 24, 26, 2030. And she's so young. In 10 years, she'll only be 31.
She's a future Hall of Famer already, man. I think, you know what I mean? Right now,
I agree.
She's still on this trajectory. She's going to be, and I said this, man. I said, man, she's leader 20 years from now. You know, going to the Hall of Fame, you know, thanking me. You know, I'm old. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it.
10 years, especially. I mean, you're already pushing it up there.
But it's crazy, man. I just want to say, man, congratulations, and keep going. Keep your head on straight. It's pretty awesome, man. I want to congratulate Athena as well for going out there and winning that ROH championship. And I heard Athena talking about, she see Chris Jericho and Willa Yuta and all those guys going out there and beating each other up, and laying in shot. Hey, it's a work, okay? Learn how to work. You need to be around for a minute. You came from the school of knowledge, not the school of hard knocks. And I know it's a lot of times, you're young, you feel like you're in. It's this movie, James Bond. And it was this kid on there who was like a wizard in computers and everything. And his one word he used to use all the time was invincible. You know what I mean? When you're young, that's the way you feel, man. You feel, let me write that down, invincible. And then you wake up one day and your body is wondering what the hell happened. You know what I mean? So Athena, make sure you follow the guidelines of reality of wrestling. As well as I want to congratulate Kylie Ray, man. She got another tryout with WWE. Hopefully it worked out for her, and she get a chance to make another run at this thing, because talking about Roxanne, Kylie Ray, there's another one, man. She's just as good. I saw a quote on Twitter. It said, "Reality of wrestling don't create wrestlers; we create stars." And that's exactly what we do. So, Kylie Ray, hopefully she'll get her shot. I mean, and the ladies, man, they're just knocking it out. But I got one guy that's getting ready to jump off in there, and I'm gonna tell you right now, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you have gold around his waist. Like, I'm gonna just say it like this: quickly.
Well, I will say, in the last week, I mean, we've had Kylie Ray make her WWE debut. Whether, I don't know if she's going to get signed or not. It'd be a smart thing to sign her. Brianna Ray is what the name she worked under on the NXT main event, or the WWE main event tapings. Go check that match out. Show support. Roxanne Perez wins the Iron Survivor Challenge and then the NXT Championship. Athena wins the Ring of Honor World Women's Championship. That's all within a week's time. All within a week's time. So much history for the row people made. And this is also coming off of Zilla Fatu coming into the school. We have the Usos on the longest running tag team champions in the history of tag team champions. The reality of wrestling, man, it really is the preeminent and dominant place to come get your training if you want to be a professional wrestler. And I will say this Sunday, Christmas Chaos 18 main event, Mysterious Q and Booker T, the Heat, defend the reality wrestling tag team championships against Fly Def. And if you want to watch that match, and the building's sold out, so you can't get any more tickets. You can get a pair of binoculars and watch it from the parking lot, but you can't be there in the building. But guess what? We're offering everyone on YouTube. You can become a channel member of the Reality of Wrestling. You just go to the main page on YouTube, hit join, and for $4.99 a month, you get access to all the Reality Wrestling archives, over 100 episodes that have never been seen on the internet before, classic and vintage matches, and you will get the live stream of Christmas Chaos 18 and see the Heat take on, of course, Fly Def.
Yeah, man. Get to see it first as well. You know what I mean? Before it's on any television programming or anything like that, you're going to see it live from Booker T's World's Gym Arena going down Sunday night. Your boy going to be live and in a living color. And I'm telling you, man, I woke up this morning on the bike. I said, I'm going to start stretching today. Because I know I might be throwing some kicks. So I said, if you're going to be throwing any kicks, you might want to start right now. Okay? Stretch out. Okay, guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. We rolling, man. We got a hot show here today. A lot of news just broke here just quickly over the last couple of days, man. We got to talk about it, but I know we probably got a couple super chatters, huh, Brad?
Well, we have a super sticker from Eddie Kane, Maine, who just saying what's up. If
What
you
up?
have a question, though.
What up? What up, dog? You good?
If you have a question.
Happy holidays. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Happy holidays, everybody out there, of course. If you do have a question for any of us, Booker T or myself, or you want to just throw a comment out there, we take all super chats. We will read them on the air. A lot of news did happen, Book. I know a lot of people want to talk about this Mandy Rose thing, and I think that we need to dedicate a lot of time to it. But before that, a story popped up. A story popped up regarding a major star in the world of wrestling, a woman that we've talked about a lot, Sasha Banks.
Yeah,
Mercedes Bernardo. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I am. Story popped up, back in July or whenever Triple H kind of took the reins and Vince stepped down, we heard that it was a done deal, signed, sealed, and delivered, that the Naomi and Sasha were coming back to the WWE. Well, it seems that reports from online were incorrect, and Sasha Banks months ago worked out a deal to leave WWE, and she's officially gone from the company, according to Fightful.com, who I believe is reporting that. And she is signing a per appearance deal with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So it does seem like she is going to wrestle for New Japan. And the rumor is she's going to be getting north of $100K per shot in Japan, which is incredible.
Yeah. I don't know the money deal, but I know it's including with Stardom. Got a little piece of that as well. She's going to be doing some matches for them. Yeah, man. If she can get it, get it. I ain't mad at nobody that's getting their bag, man. It's just something, I'd never been a hater, you know what I mean, as far as somebody making money. And the thing is, Sasha Banks, after doing that Star Wars thing, her stock went up. You know what I mean? After you get that kind of check, other checks don't look right. You know what I mean? And then royalty money and all that stuff, you're set. You could pretty much call your shot. So I get it, man. And congratulations to her for being able to pull something off like that, as well as getting a chance to go over there and work in Japan. I don't know if she's worked over there before.
I don't think so.
But to be able to go over there and have that experience, I must tell you, man, it's a wrestler's dream come true that I never had. And I found myself on that 18-hour flight. She's going to be in first class, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get the first class treatment till later.
She's not going to have a Walkman either like you do.
Yeah, exactly. Listening to that Maze live in New Orleans. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
All over Japan, man. That Maze, Frankie Beverly, man. But yeah, man, it's going to be awesome for her to actually be able to experience.
Look, as a lifelong WWE fan, it always sucks when you see one of your favorite talents leave the company. But great thing is, in today's day and age, you can watch all her matches on New Japan. And I'm with you. When I started thinking about this, I started thinking about what did she, and I think she'll probably one day come back to WWE. I have that feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. But really, what more could she accomplish there? She's been in almost every first that a woman could do, right? She main evented WrestleMania, check. She was a women's champion, Raw Women's, SmackDown's tag team, NXT, Iron Woman. I mean, did all these things. And I don't really know what more she could do in WWE. I mean, she'd be doing more of the same, like continuing to hit these goals and become a bigger star and have these better matches with new talent that comes up. And there's always another challenge. But I can also understand why she said, you know what? I feel like in these 10 years, I think that she's been with the company, I did a whole hell of a lot. I want to go see what else is out there before I can't do that, before I don't have that option anymore. Yeah. And with her star power the way it is, that Star Wars money, like you said, she just wrapped the film in Boston. Go over to New Japan. Get that money, man. I'm not mad at it. I'm sure she's gonna have some kick-ass matches.
Did you read anything about Naomi?
I didn't see anything about Naomi going over to New Japan or anything like that. She was recently at a game. I think we talked about this with Jade Cargill. I don't. And here's the thing: I don't know if she's still under contract or not.
Yeah. I'm just I was just wondering. I was just wondering if she was. You know what I'm saying? Package deal, tag form. You know. But yeah.
Well, and look, this is definitely. Please, no one report this as me knocking Naomi, but I think the money is in Sasha as a singles. I think it's always been in a singles. That's when she was with Bailey, when she's with Naomi, when she with anybody. I think money for her is more as a singles attraction.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if I was New Japan, I'd be looking to get Sasha in like ASAP. Yeah.
No,
I'm not thinking about anybody else.
I just wondered. But yeah, man, like I said, it's gonna be good for her to actually to experience that. Like you say, she's young, she's popular, and one thing about Sasha, I always put Sasha really, really high on my pedestal as far as work go. I always say Sasha could work. You know what I mean? Throw caution to the wind sometime, and I didn't even like that too much. But she is definitely somebody that can go out there and perform at a very high level. And with those girls over there in Japan, I really think she would fit right in as far as some of those matches go. So yeah. As well as the I can only imagine how far she's going to go as far as the pageantry.
Oh, because in Japan they love going over the top with the entrances.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the pageantry, man. Always goes all the way back to Big Van Vader in the Mastodon helmet. You know what I mean?
They had the smoke coming out of it.
Oh man! And when he brought that here, I was like, man, let me get to Japan. I want a piece of the action. So yeah. I'm sure that part right there is going to play into it as well.
Yeah, in recent years, Kenny Omega would have like the real elaborate entrances where he'd almost come in like the Terminator and things like that. Like I said, I'm happy for and I think I just have that feeling that she shouldn't have to, but she might come back eventually to WWE.
I feel like one thing about Sasha, man, she's a huge star here in America from being a part of the WWE for so many years and doing so well. And one thing I can tell you, man, and this is no knock or anything, it's no knock, but when she leave, the States and go to Japan, people are still going to remember her when she is seen out in public from WWE. A lot of Americans, they're not watching New Japan Wrestling. The fan, there's the wrestling fan that's following Sasha, of course, they're going to be watching it. Mm-hmm. But the fans who just know Sasha Banks from just being Sasha Banks and being, boom, flamboyant and over the top, and passing that airport test, like when you see her, you go, well, who is that? You know what I mean? That happens here in America because of being on American television, and the longer she's off American television, that kind of weans a little bit, you know what I mean? So the movie aspect of it definitely going to be able to play into her favor as far as keeping her popularity, high here in America, opposed to not.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And here's the thing, and again, that's not a knock to anybody because Dwayne Johnson is one of the biggest movie stars ever. I think everybody knows that. But guess what? Everyone, when they see him, what do they say? They say, oh, look, it's The Rock. Like, still, you think of him as the wrestler before anything. Yeah. Anytime you see him, they say Dwayne Johnson, but everyone goes, well, hey, Rock. Hey, it's The Rock. Look, it's The Rock. Like, it's just what we're ingrained into that. I mean, what we know you from is what we know you from.
I just wanted to put that out there. But I'm not trying to knock, but how people pick it up and they're taking it and run with it. But and for me, like I've talked to guys like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, those guys working over there in Japan. How many times have I said, if you don't have to work in Japan, you ain't going? But being, like I said, Sasha Banks' situation is a lot different. You know what I mean? First class treatment. Champagne wishes. Caviar dreams. You know what I mean? It's a different feeling. You know what I mean? So yeah, experience that, man. I know last time I went to Japan, man, I got paid big money to do nothing. And it was a beautiful trip.
It's a great day.
All I had to do was go to a party. You know what I mean? Got a chance to hang out with Stan Hansen.
Oh, the man.
I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting in the bar with Stan Hansen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Having a nice beverage. Yeah, cold,
having a brewski.
a cold beverage with one of the greatest of all times in Tokyo, Japan, man. So yeah, man, she's gonna have a great time. You know, a lot of sushi, a lot of yakitori. You want to get you some yakitori when you're in Japan, man. Please yakitori. Yeah. That's all you want.
Yeah, so big shout out to Sasha Banks. Before we move forward, we got a legend in the chat right now. We got a legend in the chat, DJ Wiz from Kid and Play, from back in the day. So, what's up, Booker? The DJ Wiz from Kid and Play. We met way back in the LA at the Sports Page Club in Van Nuys. Just giving you a shout out.
Awesome, dog. Yeah, most definitely, man. You know, I used to be hanging out in the spots, back in the day, Brad. You know what I mean? I was a major player, man. You know what? I'm still a major player. What I'm talking about? What am I thinking? What am I thinking about? I'm gonna be in the ring on Sunday night, guys. You don't want to miss out. You don't get shit out. Like Brad say, guys, you can art it. If you can't be there, you can art it. Do it. Do it now. Because you know why? I do it for you. Stick around, guys. We're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Listening to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
What's up, this Booker T, two-time Hall of Famer. I know you're checking out the shine, checking out the gloss. I want to thank you guys for checking out Row on YouTube. Hey, don't forget to click and subscribe to check out all the latest content right here each and every week. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Like Brad said, we got a lot to talk about, man. And we don't want to waste too much time, Brad. So what's up? You ready? You ready to get into the real news?
In just a moment, Let me just read a couple of these super chats up here. John Amazing says, every so often midstream, I get kicked from the show with the message "gone private" shows up. Yeah, John, I got your email the other day. I sent you an email back regarding what that could be about. So check your email, man, and hit me back. Hate to hear that. Sorry about that, man. The Prodigy says, I don't think Sasha is coming back. She demands too much. I think you demand what you're worth, and you're worth, book what? Whatever someone's willing to pay. Yeah, that's true. And my thing is, I don't know if Sasha's going to come back, but I do know the money probably was a big issue. That's just what we are today in society, man. People, they want to get paid, man. People want to get paid. This new generation, man, where you could just sit at home, post photos, and make money, you can get lazy real quick. Yeah. But I'm not, I mean, I wish I had that back in my day. I'm not hating or anything like that, but I remember my sister told me, I grew up with a bunch of players, man, bunch of players, you know what I mean? Gangsters. You know what I mean? That would roll you in a heartbeat. I'm talking about my sisters. One of my sisters told me a long time ago, and it's true. It's very, very true. Fast money go fast. Facts, yeah. Fast money go fast. Fast money go fast. When you get it in your hand, and I'm gonna tell you, I was a part of that game myself too. Back in the day when I was young and getting in trouble, and I was making money out there. Of course, not the quite legal way, and it was coming in relatively quickly, but it seemed like I didn't have no money all the time. And I was buying clothes and buying tennis shoes and had everything I wanted, but I was broke. And I was still getting money, and I was broke. You know what I mean? Because as soon as I got it, I would spend it. I didn't think about saving a dime of it. You know what I mean? I would buy whatever I wanted to buy. And when you think like that, man, you can find yourself in a bad place at the end of the day. But I just want to get that out there. Yeah, 100%. Well, this next super chat goes into what we're going to be talking about, I'm sure, for the rest of this segment, maybe the next. This is from Always Mad Gaming, and he says, I'll miss watching Mandy Rose's cheeks. Or cakes, I'm sorry. Cakes, cheeks, same thing. So look, let's get into it. Mandy Rose, 413 days as the NXT Women's Champion, dropped the title Tuesday night live to Roxanne Perez, and it was a festive occasion for all of us here in reality wrestling, and I'm sure pro wrestling fans nationwide. We woke up to the news, though, the morning of December the 14th, that Mandy Rose had been released from her WWE contract. WWE officials stated that she was released due to her fan time account, which is similar to that of an OnlyFans, and that some of her third-party content was outside the parameters of her WWE contract. It was gone to report that by Sean Ross Sapp, I think this is unconfirmed, but that certain companies that WWE had existing partnerships with were being concerned by the nature and the racy nature of the content being posted on Mandy Rose's fan time page. Mattel has been the name that's been going around a lot, the toy manufacturer, having some issues with it. Now, Mandy is gone. She's posted a message to all of her subscribers on her fan time saying the page is not going anywhere, and thank you for all the support. Book, you've probably been
and I think she upped the price.
Well, yesterday's price is not today's price. You know what I mean?
I think she upped the price. Like, yeah, you're serious.
Well, good for her.
I'm not playing. I'm serious.
You've been a big supporter of Mandy Rose. I've been a big fan.
Half my stick gone now.
Yeah, Book's gonna have to come up with new jokes on commentary. Look, here's the thing: the internet's pretty been one-sided on this, kind of anti-WWE regarding the release of Mandy Rose. I'm a little bit more agnostic. I see both sides of it. I really do. Where do you sit on all this? Because a lot of people have these OnlyFans, fans times accounts, right? To try to make some money on the side. A lot of people say that they make more money from that than they do their real jobs. It's a sticky issue. And I think that the reports even said WWE was put in a tough position regarding all of this. I don't know. I mean, what is your kind of overall thoughts initially on this whole situation?
I think it's a bad situation. Like you say, the company being put in a situation where they had to do something about it. Mandy Rose putting herself. How many times? What's my saying, Brad? You put yourself in a situation.
Something's gonna happen. I thought about that. Yeah.
I mean, I say that all the time. I mean, and that's just not something I say from a cliche perspective. That's real. You put yourself in a situation, something can happen. And that's exactly what happened here, And the thing is, I've been around Mandy Rose since, the beginning, 2016, Tough Enough. I watched her work so hard to, try to win that thing. She didn't win it, but she still impressed me to the point where I was like, man, give her a contract, put her in the game. And, things didn't work out on the main roster. She went back to NXT. Man, been banging for the last 413 days as champion and created like one of the most awesome runs, for a female that we've seen in decades, maybe.
Yeah, it's a really great run. Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm not just saying that or anything, but she put herself in a great position to be looked at as a major superstar like Trish Stratus forevermore. People are going to remember Trish forever, and they're going to remember her from, WWE and what she's done in the ring. And trust me, Trish Stratus now is able to do all of that fans only, OnlyFans, whatever else, page she wants to put up. And she's going to be able to make even more money from being that WWE superstar for so many years. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is, I hate it because that money was going to always be there for Mandy Rose.
Right. Yeah.
It was like money in the bank. She didn't even need it right now. That money is like money in the bank for someone like Mandy Rose. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe she thinks she needs it right now. Maybe she does. I don't know. Okay. But for me, what I'm saying is, the bigger her star would have rose in the WWE, the more money that she would have been able to demand going forward in life.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I understand
out of sight, out of mind. When you're not on television every week, and those people's, being on TV is so important to being relevant. And of course, these days, they say you don't need TV. We can do our own thing. Of course you can, but your star is not going to shine as bright.
Yeah, like I said, it's such a difficult thing because like I'm reading some of the comments in here right now, and they're saying, well, you know, for instance, one of these things said, you know, WWE, you know, they're mad at her for doing this, but they used to have women in Playboy, right? Well, it's like, yeah, they used to have women in Playboy 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a different time.
What's the logic here? What's the logic? What's the point?
There's, and this is the logic, because look, let's make no mistake about it. Mandy Rose was presented as a very sexual creature on television, right?
Hottie
biscotti, right? And so her sex appeal was a large part of her character.
It was.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, I do want to say, as is, like, for the women and for men who love other men, like Roman Reigns, his sex appeal is a big part of his run too. I mean, this I see like people reporting just like, oh, WWE sexualizes their women. I think that both sides of the coin here are used for their sex appeal. Let's not make that mistake here.
I've been around a long time, okay? And I'm just going to throw an analogy out here that's just like the stupidest analogy in the world right now, okay? I used to love me some Gilligan's Island just so I could watch Ginger Grant.
Ginger, yeah.
Ginger was the hottest, biscottiest you ever seen back in the day. And she was as sexual as you wanted to see a woman. But if she was in or doing porn or exposing herself, do you think they would have had her on Gilligan's Island playing that role?
No, probably not.
Exactly my point. It's a corporate thing. It has nothing to do with anything other than that. Right. It's a corporate thing.
And being scantily clad and sexualized is one thing on television when it's done in a way. I get why WWE made the decision. Now, whether I agree with it or not, it's a crappy situation to be in, right? It is. It's a crappy situation to be in because you have this talent who's just giving you a great run, and you know she's out there posting content that is less than desirable. And I know people are like, well, they didn't release Paige. Well, Paige didn't put that content out there, right?
Yeah.
Saraya, that was leaked content. This is stuff that Mandy Rose was putting out there. And here's the thing. It didn't seem like WWE had an issue with it for a very long time, because I think this Fans Time page has been out there for a minute. From what I can understand, the content did become increasingly more racy, right?
That's the question. We got to take a break. We got to take a quick break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. There's my dog barking. Oh man, yeah, let's continue the saga, man.
We're talking about Mandy Rose got a release from WWE for her fan time comment. And before we go anywhere further with it, I do want to say, like, if women, men, or otherwise want to profit off of selling images or videos of themselves, I literally have zero complaints about it. You know, I don't care if that's what you want to do. It's your life. You can make that decision, right? As long as you're not doing anything illegal, as long as you're not hurting anybody else or breaking any laws, I don't care what it is that you do in your own personal time. And if it's going to make you some money on the side, hey, good for you. I do want to say this, though, to your point about
wait a minute. Oh. I just want to figure out exactly where you're going there. You don't mind someone doing that on their own personal time, working for a company and something like that being exposed?
Well, no. So that's where I was about to get to. To your point of your Ginger and Gilligan's Island reference, here's the thing: if you do it and you're on your own time and on your own dime and trying to make a hustle for yourself, hey, bro, that's cool. I mean, play on, player, and girl, do you, boo, as they say. But when you represent a company, whether you're a sexualized version of yourself on television or not, the company that's a publicly traded company that markets to children now. Yes, back in the day, it was sexualized. It was bra and panties matches. It was Playboy magazine covers. Trust me, that's the era I grew up in. And as a young man, I was thoroughly entertained. Thoroughly.
Tuned in.
I get it. But WWE is very different now than it was 10 years ago, than it was 20 years ago. And if Mattel comes to me and says, hey, we got this multi-million-dollar contract with you and all your talent, we have problems selling this figure, this Mandy Rose action figure, to young kids because of what they can go see of her online. If that's their issue, I as a company, I'll be honest with you, as much as I love Mandy Rose and love what she's done on television, I'm not going to let one talent, right, interrupt my entire business deal. I can't do that as a company. That's just not good business. Now, whether you think it's morally right what WWE did or not, we can debate that all day. And I might agree with you. But as far as a business decision, if it was affecting my money, I don't care, Book, if it was you. I don't care if it's Triple H. WWE, look at what happened. Something they were afraid of what the Vince scandal was going to do to their money, and Vince is not there anymore. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it comes to business decisions have to be made. And
no, I just thought it's just bad optics more than anything. Just in every shape as far as that go. I don't know what the leak photos was or anything. I didn't find them. I mean, I didn't see them. That's what I meant to say. I didn't see them.
I didn't find them.
But it's obviously something out there, man, that was too disturbing to move forward. But hopefully Mandy Rose can find her way back to WWE more than anything. Something like this, I really think something like this can blow over, but I think it's going to be up to Mandy in order to make something like this right more than anything, because, Andy's, she's very, she's sexual. All right. Yes. I mean, that's the only way I can say it. She's very sexual. But working for WWE, those two pretty much, they go together in aspects, but in certain aspects, certain things aren't going to be able to get, you're not going to get away with.
And I'll be honest with you, I like you. I haven't seen the images that were leaked or whatever, but you
didn't find them.
To use your quote, I didn't find them. But I will say, like, look, bikini photos or lingerie photos or stuff like that, that's one thing, right?
In certain contexts. In
certain contexts. But if it goes, to a if it goes from being sexually explicit to, pornographic,
even soft porn.
Soft porn, yeah. If it goes to pornographic, that I don't know if it reached that level, but from reports and from what people are saying online, it did cross maybe that threshold.
What are they saying? What
I don't know. You know what? I don't know what the FCC rules are for us.
What do people say it? I'm just saying, as far as, were they nude photos, or were there any action photos?
From what I understand, there was definitely nudity involved, and there was just videos of I don't know. I don't really know. I haven't, and for me, I'll be honest with you, it's hard to say when I haven't seen anything.
You have been. I don't. That sounds suspect.
Amnesia. Like, you know what amnesia is, right,
like
Book?
When you're in the interrogation room. I don't really know.
Book, you know what amnesia is? That means when you don't remember nothing. I couldn't find, but the point is.
Oh my God.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if people are saying in the chat if people in the chat know what it is, please tell me, because I honestly had not seen them, but I did hear that they reached a point to where people in WWE became increasingly more and more uncomfortable with the type of content. Now, again, I want to be very clear on saying, if you have an OnlyFans or a fans time or whatever you want to have, that's great. But just know, it's just like the stuff with free speech, right? Like, yes, we have free speech, 100%, but we don't have freedom of consequences, right?
Yeah.
And if I tell Booker to go F himself, right? Booker might say, that's cool, Brad. You have the right to say that, but you're fired, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, I have freedom of speech. I don't have freedom for consequence. And when it comes to business and the company, there's certain things that if you reach a certain line, they don't care who you are. And I have read that maybe she'll come back eventually, but not right now. Now, this is a super chat coming in. Kappa Owen says, unless Mandy was pure B-Day suit, it sends the wrong message. Look at Carmella's fits, recent Maxine Dupree photo shoots. It's odd. WWE sexualizes talent. Well, all talent, I will say, has sex appeal, men and women, right? I don't think that men post shirtless pictures in the gym just for themselves, right? You used to say, Book, your shorts and tights kept getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah,
and to show off and to have a sex appeal about yourself. So I think that's for men and women. I think that we focus on the women too much in this. But yeah, Carmella wears very sexual outfits. Maxine Dupree, very sexual outfits. I don't know if they have fans times or OnlyFans pages. I haven't heard that they do. Maybe they do. But apparently WWE was very uncomfortable with the type of content that Mandy Rose was in. And I did hear that they were nude B-Day suit images.
Yeah, like I said, I think they would have had a problem with this, even back in the bra and panties matches days, where girls were, just say, for instance, some girl just showed up in Playboy birthday suit, in a spread. I think it would be the same thing. They probably let that person go. That person probably will get a nice payoff from that Playboy spread. And then from that point on, it's going to be life is, I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, I'm not going to push that life for Mandy Rose or anything like that. I'm going to be the one to have some kind of, somebody that could pump the brakes here for a second. I know everybody want to see Mandy Rose naked, okay? And Mandy Rose has the right to put her body or image out there any way she wants it. But this is a young lady that has talent. She has so much more talent than just her beauty and how she looks. All right, she's made a hell of a career for herself in the WWE over these last 5 years. And I would hate to see her throw something like that away and fall into a world that is very, very dangerous to fall into. Let's just say that. I'm wishing for Mandy Rose to make a return some way, somehow, find her way back to WWE. And that's just me personally. And I've heard people say, man, maybe she'd be great in AEW. She'd be great in TNA. So is Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I mean, Mandy Rose is WWE superstar written all over. Look, she making money now.
No, I say that. No. I want to get this out. And the reason I say that is because I was one of the first ones that said AEW took Jeff Hardy immediately after he was having problems. And then all of a sudden, they wanted to look past that. And like I say, this right here is a problem. More than anything, I don't think someone should just jump in and think about, let's make some money off of Mandy Rose and her sex appeal, and let's put her out there and use her. I don't want Mandy Rose to be used by any of these, so-called wannabe promoters.
Yeah, and I will say, I don't know if WWE approached Mandy prior to her being released and saying, hey, you got to tone back the content. I did read a report like they asked her to stop it, and she said no. And there was even reports that she asked for a release. Well, actually, I don't know if I necessarily believe that. But right now, this is the situation that we're in. And the thing is, if she's making more money and she's happier doing the fans times, that's great for her. Like, I'm happy for her. But I do agree with you. I think that she is very obviously a physically beautiful woman who's got a lot of sexiness about her. But she's more than just a pretty face. And she proved that in that 413-day run. And I hate that it's come to an end like this. And I really do. I wish for her to come back to the company, and hopefully cooler heads can prevail. They can find some kind of happy medium and go from there.
Yeah, I don't know. Most definitely. I know we got to get up out of here, but if Mandy Rose out there listening to this, Mandy, know I'm pulling for you. You know I got your back. If anybody Got your back. You know I got your back. I'm pulling for you. And if you hear me say anything that you need to talk to me about, hey, give me a shout. You know what, man? Hit me up. But guys, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. They getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. As always, guys, Sunday night, don't miss out. Don't get shut out. Make sure you guys order that show, man. Reality of Wrestling, Christmas Chaos 18 going down. Mysterious Q, your boy, 6-time world champ Booker T will be beating the hell out of Fly Death. Them boys gonna get a whooping that they never. Somebody's gonna get hurt. But we got to get up out of here. Bradley, as always, I appreciate you, man. Peace. We out.